Welcome back to basic course in Maithili. We are in week 6 and this is lesson number 6.6. In this lesson we are going to talk about planning a family event, a conversation through which you will get to know several different types of sentences, including simple sentences with a focus more on the accusative pronouns. So, in this lesson we are going to talk about negating sentences having objective pronouns. We are going to talk about examples of varying object and subject. It will also have a conversation wherein we are going to plan a family event. We will also try to understand pronouns and negation through the conversation. Ultimately, we will go for a summary and finalize this lesson. So, how do we negate sentences that have objective pronouns? So, let us see some examples. So, negation with objective pronouns works in exactly the same way as with nominative and possessive pronouns. The negative particle nahi or nahi is placed just before the main verb or verb phrase. The verb form of the objective pronoun itself does not change due to negation. So, let us see some examples. So, here in the examples that we are going to see now, we will have the subject fixed as hum while object will keep on changing. So, let us see the examples. In the first column here, you see Maithili sentences, and in the next column, you see the English equivalent of it. Now, let us look at this example. First one, Hum tora nahi det chiyo. I don't give you. Hum aha ka nahi det chi. Again, in English it means the same. I don't give you. Hum apne ka nahi det chi. Again, it means the same. I don't give you. Now, you see that in English it means the same thing, but in Maithili the words are changing and there is a subtle difference, and that difference is with regard to the respect or the kind of relationship that is given to the person who is addressed or being talked about. So, in the first one we are using tora, which is for non-honorific. In the second one we are using aha ka, which is honorific, and then we are using apne ka, which is high honorific. Let us look some other examples. Hum ekra nahi det chi. I don't give him or her. Hum hinka nahi det chiani. So, here hinka is used. Hinka is for third person honorific, and the verb agreement also changes to become chiane. Then the next one, hum okra nahi det chi. I don't give him or her. And the last one, hum hunka nahi det chiane. I don't give him or her. Now, see here, as per the object whom we are going to choose, the verb agreement also changes. This also tells you that if we are talking about something which is our subject or kind of an object, the verb agreement also changes. So, let us see some more examples. In this table, you are going to see that in Maithili we have got the same sentence and with the negation added in it. So, to hamra nahi deit chhe. You don't give me. To hamra nahi det chha. You don't give me. Now, this one, when you are going to say to hamra nahi det chha, it means that you are addressing someone who is elder to you, but he is also very close to you. Aha hamra nahi det chi. You don't give me. O hamra nahi det ach. and last one, O hamra nahi deit chatin. So, in all of these you see that the subject is changing and object remains the same. Even in this case the verb agreement is changing. So, one thing that we have to note here is that the subject changes, but the objective pronoun hamra here remains constant. That means the verb agreement is following subject in these examples. Now, let us go for listening to a family event. So, here in this conversation we are going to talk about a family event. In this family event, a joint family is planning for the Mundan Sanskar, which is the traditional first hair cutting ceremony of a young boy named Arab. While you listen to this conversation, pay close attention to how objective pronouns change based on honorability and how negation is handled. In this conversation, we have the following characters. So, we have Dada, the grandfather, we have Dadi, the grandmother, we have Kaki, who is the wife of father's brother. So, it is a specific auntie, not any aunt. And then we have Kaka, who is uncle, but here we are referring particularly to father's brother. And then Pisia, who is father's sister, usually the elder sister. Then we have father himself, then we have mother, and then we have Bucci. Bucci is kind of a nickname given to any girl who is young or young in the family. So, there is a girl who is young in the family and she is being referred to by everybody as Bucci. So, that is the another character that we have. So, now let us listen to this conversation.
साहब क्यों सुनू बउआ आरब आप 3 बरख भए गेल छथि आब समय भ गेल अछि जे हम सब हुनका मूड़न करबा दी
हाँ, ई बहुत महत्वपूर्ण संस्कार होइत अछि। मुदा बउआ तऽ दिल्लीमे अछि। शंकर जी के कहे पड़तनि आबऽ खली। हुनका अपना ऑफिस से छुट्टी सेहो लेबे पड़तनि।
पंडित जी के बजा के दिन देखा लियो ना। वो हमरा कहने छले जे ओ एखन गामे में छथि।
हमरो लगैत अछि जे हमसे पहिने तारीख तय करी। सब लोकक सुविधा देखनाइ जरूरी अछि।
जी ठीके कहै छी मुदा अपना सब कामक बंटवारा सेहो कैली
ठीक हम अहाँके एकटा लिस्ट दैत छी अहाँ लिस्ट के देख के कहू
जी अहाँ ओकरा लिस्ट पठेलियै शंकर जी ते नहि अछि ओकर
नहि हम ओकरा लिस्ट नहि पठेलियै हम अहाँके दैत छी अहाँ ओकरा पठा दियौ
भोज भातक काज अहाँ हमरा दे दिअ। हमर दोस्त बढ़िया कैटरिंग सर्विस चलबैत छै। हम हुनका कहि देबनि।
हम तोरा वो काज नहीं देबो। हम पहिने रमेश के कहने छियनि।
ठीक छै, तखन हम अहाँके आन काजमे मदद करब।
बहुत बढ़िया हम 4टा आदमी के कह देबै भोज भातक सामानक प्रबंध करबा दिलै
3 गाम में नौत देबा थियल जाय करतो मदन छै गाम में कि नहि
हाँ हाँ ओ गामे में अछि हम ओकरा के देबै
हे आइ देबार के देखियो एतेक गंदा भ गेल अछि एकरा की करबै
ठीक करबे पड़ते और की उचनमा मिस्त्री के बजा आनियो
ओके हम ओकरा नहि चिन्हैत छी
अरे दादी बुचनमा मिस्त्री ओ बेसी पाइ नहि लैत अछि आ काज बढ़िया करैत अछि हम ओकरा काल्हिये आबक लेल कहि देबै पूजा के सामान सभक जानकारी बुच्ची के बुझल छै बुच्ची हम ई काज तोरा दै छियौ
ठीक अछि कक्का हम ई सबटा सम्हारि लेब
बुच्ची हम तोरा हाथ नहीं पठेबो तू भरे रह हम आन केओ के पठा देबे
हम सजाव आ अर्पण के जिम्मा लेब बाकी काजक लेल हम वारे वाले के सेहो बजा लेबै ओ सजावटक काम बढ़िया करैत छथि हम हुनके बजा लेबनि
जखन सब केओ मिल के काज करैत अछि तऽ कार्यक्रम बहुत नीक सँ होइत अछि
हाँ हम सब मिल के मूड़न संस्कार के यादगार बनायब
सही कहलहुँ बच्चा के सबहक आशीर्वाद भेटतै
यह निश्चित भेल जल्दिए मूड़न संस्कार भ जायत तऽ बढ़िया रहत सब गोटे मिल के तैयारी करैत छी
Now that you have listened to the conversation, we'll not talk about each of these sentences that are given in the conversation. You are advised to look into the conversation itself, which has the meaning given in English, and you can also refer to the handouts that are being shared with you. You can have a look at that as well. So that is how we will begin. Here we will show just the same sentences in some screens. So we will have 4 screens. So here you have some sentences, the beginning one, then you have these as the second batch of sentences covered in this conversation, and then we have this one and the third one, and then this is the last screen where we are talking about these sentences. Now let's try to understand the sentences where we have some sentences that need more discussion. So in one of the sentences, one of the character, that is Dada, the grandfather, says, आब समय भ गेल अछि जे हम सब हुनका मूड़न करबा दी. Now in this sentence, hunka is the honorific objective pronoun for child Arab. Even for a young child, the grandfather uses honorific hunka because of cultural reverence. The Mundan Sanskar is considered a very significant life event in the life of any child. Then in another sentence, Dadi says, Hunka office छुट्टी सेहो लेबे पड़तैन. Here Hunka now refers to Shankarji, who is the father of the child Arab. The same pronoun used for two different people. Context determines the sentence. Now here in this one, Hunka refers to the child, and here Hunka refers to the father. Now as we understand, how do we understand it? We understand it because of the context. So office, who can take the leave from office? Of course the child does not go to office, so it must be the father who has to take leave from the office. In another sentence, Pisia, that is father's sister, says कि अहाँ ओकरा लिस्ट पठेलियैक. शंकर जी तो एखन नहीं अछि. So here Pisya, that is father's sister, uses okra, which is non-honorific for Sankarji. So she refers to Sankarji with a non-honorific terminology. While Dada and Dadi, who is much elder to Sankarji, they have used Hunka, which is an honorific form for the same person, that is Sankarji. This shows that honorificity depends on the speaker's relationship with the person, not just social rank. Then in another sentence, the father says, नहीं, हम ओकरा लिस्ट नहीं पठेलियैक, हम अहाँके दैत छी, अहाँ ओकरा पठा दियौ. 3 objective pronouns are there in one reply. So here you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. So okra, the father is referring to okra. So here okra refers to Sankarji. Father is referring that हम okra list नहीं पठेली. That means I did not send the list to Sankarji. हम अहाँके दैत छी. That means he is now talking to his sister and saying, I am giving it to you. Here अहाँके is the honorific form, and then अहाँ ओकरा पठा दियो. That means you send it to him. Now again okra refers to Sankarji and it is for Sankarji. Negation is the same thing, again placed before the verb pathilyek, and the pronoun okra stays unchanged. Then let us take another example sentence where Dadi says, हम तोरा ओ काज नहीं देबो, हम पहिनहिए रमेश का कहने छियन. हम तोरा ओ काज नहीं देबो, हम पहिनहिए रमेश का कहने छियन. So here the objective pronoun tora, which is non-honorific and second person, is used because grandmother addresses her younger son, that is the uncle or kaka, and nahi as usually is placed before the verb debo. Then kaka says, ठीक छै, तखन हम अहाँके आन काज में मदद करब. So here the uncle uses honorific ahake for the grandmother, that is his own mother. When grandmother speaks to uncle, she uses tora as she is older and his mother, so she speaks down. Down means towards, using lower term of address. Then when uncle replies to grandmother, he uses ahake. Since she is older, so she speaks up, that is with a higher respect. Then Dadi rather asks, okay, हम ओकरा नहीं चिन्हैत छी. That means who is he? I don't recognize him. So here okra is referring to the remote person, someone who is being talked about in this conversation. So हम ओकरा नहीं चिन्हैत छी. So okra is used for that person and nahi is the again negation before चिन्हैत, and that is how it goes. Then in one sentence Kaka says, ओ बेसी पाई नहीं लैत अछि, आ काज बढ़िया करैत अछि, हम ओकरा काल्हिए आबक लेल कहि देबै. Now here you have two phrases. बेसी पाई नहीं लैत अछि, he doesn't charge much. Besi means much or more. Pi is paisa or money, nahi late. So he doesn't take too much of money, and काज बढ़िया करैत अछि. Kaj is work. He does a good work. And here we are using okra. Okra to refer to the hired worker whose name is Buchanma Mistri. Now, Buchanma, for Buchanma Mistri, honorific has been used because the person already knows him, and that is how he addresses him. So here in the next sentence, Kaki says, Bucci, हम तोरा हाट नहीं पठेबो तो घरे रह हम आन क्यों के पठा देबेक. Now so here Buchi is again, as you know, the name of that nickname of the girl to whom Kaki is addressing, and she is saying हम तोरा हाट नहीं पठेबो. I will not send you to the hart. Hart is like a weekly market kind of a person, a place. So तो घरे रह, you stay at home. हम आन क्यों के पठा देबेक. I will send someone else. So here Tora for Buchi, who is younger, has been used, and Nahi is used before Pathebo, and you can see one more thing here, Kyo Can. So Kyo means someone, and then Can has been used to make a word called Kyo Can. That means someone, to someone. So Kyo Can is an indefinite pronoun in the objective case, meaning someone, and you can see that we are using this Can as the accusative case marker. Next sentence where Prisya says ओ सजावट का काम बढ़िया करैत छथि हम हुनके बजा लेबनि. So here the word hunke has been used. हम हुनके बजा लेबन. I will call her only or her. So here hunke has been used, and hunke is basically an emphatic form of the word hunka. By removing the a marker and then adding an a, it becomes an exclusive emphatic marker. So it means basically specifically her or no one else. So let's summarize it. So in negation rule, we have the simple thing, nahi and nahi has to be used before the word to negate any sentence. The objective pronoun does not change. Honorificity is determined by the speaker. Two speakers may use different pronouns, hunka or okra, for the same person. Inanimate objects always take non-honorific pronouns, ekra, okra, unless you somehow, let's say, humanify, personalize something. Emphatic forms like hunke add the sense of specificity for any person that is being attached to, and then multiple objective pronouns can appear in one sentence, as in हम अहाँ का दैत छी और अहाँ ओकरा पठा दियौक. So with this we are coming to an end of this lesson 6.6. We'll meet again with the next lesson. Thank you.